बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Let's chant the Mangalacharan and then. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Yenai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunath Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadhitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri विशाखानितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपिशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 10, Chapter 57, Satyajit murdered, the jewel returned. Text 32. You can repeat after me. Deve avarṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt tato avarṣat kāśīṣu. Deve, when the demigod Lord Indra, varṣati, had not been supplying rain, Kāśīśaḥ, the King of Benares, śvaphalkāya, to Śvaphalka, Akrūra's father, āgatāya, who had come. Why? Certainly. Swa, his own, sutām, daughter, gāndinīṁ, Gāndinī, prādāt, gave, tataḥ, then, avarṣat, it rained, small, indeed, kāśiṣu, in the kingdom of Kāsī. Can someone recite this verse? Anybody like to recite? Deve varṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt tato varṣat kāśiṣu. Deve varṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt tato varṣat kāśiṣu. Deve varṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt. Vaishnavis. Deve varṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt tato varṣat kāśiṣu. Deve varṣati kāśīsaḥ śvaphalkāyāgatāya vai sutām gāndinīṁ prādāt. Thank you very much. Translation. The elders said, previously when Lord Indra had withheld rain from Kāśī, Benares, the king of that city gave his daughter Gāndinī to Śvaphalka, who was then visiting him. It soon reigned in the kingdom of Kāsī. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami of his disciples. Śvaphalka was Akrūra's father, and the citizens felt that the son must have the same power as the father. Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī points out that because of Akrūra's relationship with maternal grandfather, the king of Kāsī, in a time of difficulty, Akrūra went to that city. Hare Krishna. I would like to just give some context before I bump into the very details of a subject in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is especially coming from 10th canto, it's a Dwarka Lila. And as you know, Prabhupada has already established the culture of Vrindavan, isn't it? But if you reflect back to yourself, either to Hastinapur or to Dwarka even, there is a level of diplomacy, isn't it? So here in this particular chapter, you need to understand there are four different angles, like 4 chess players is going on. And it is interconnected. So one is in Dwarka, another is in Hastinapur, and third one is in a forest. And the fourth part is in the Mithila. Do you understand? These are the 4 things going together and they are connecting. It's a divine manifestations of the Lord, very hard to understand. But this chapter is definitely going to give us more reflection about why such things even happened 5,000 years ago. And that to happen in the presence of Krishna and in the presence of his own residents in Dwarka. So we'll need to understand. So let me introduce myself. I'm Balimardhan Das from USA, California. I was traveling to Dehradun for my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So I just came to know and would like to extend my thanks to all my North American God brothers and God sisters who have come here, like Advaita Acharya Prabhu, his brother Syam Krishna Prabhu, Jagannath Priya Prabhu, and families from Atlanta, Geeta Mataji, and Detroit, Nitya Krishna Parampadam Prabhu, and also from my own cities, Hansapriya, and her husband Radha Vallabh Prabhu, Garud Hari, and many more devotees who have assembled here to celebrate the Samadhi ceremony. So I would like to extend my thanks to ISKCON Vrindavan, His Holiness Janardhan Maharaj, His Holiness Vaishnava Maharaj, and His Grace Dharmatma Prabhu for allowing me to speak. This is the first done of Maharaj Tirobhav, and they asked me to continue the legacy of speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, same 57th chapter here. So definitely we are moved in the separations, but in the same time, I would try my best to focus on this particular subject. So here, what I am saying, the 4 aspects of these things we must need to concurrently think. What I said, first one is Dwarka, in the city of Dwarka, things are happening. And the second one is in the Hastinapur, which is Kuru dynasty. And the third one is in the forest. And the fourth one is in the Mithila, which is Videha, right? Videhi was there, so they same place. So, in this sections you can see, Satrajit was a king in the county of Dwarka. Dwarka is not a city itself. Dwarka is a county, just like Mathura Mandal. And Vrindavan is a city in the 12 Ban. And there are hundreds of cities are there. So Dwarka is also like a big county or district. And Satrajit is also one of the king of the Dwarka in one of the province, one of the city in Dwarka province. And he was also a pure devotee. But he is a worshipper of sun god. So Krishna, I think, very favorite. In Bhagavad Gita also, he mentioned about I have eyes, sun and the moon are the eyes. And also in 8th chapter, he talks about the relationship. Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anoranyam Samanusmaradya Sarvasya Dhataram Achinta Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. So he's saying, the last part is Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. Who is Aditya Varnam? Like sun, luminous like sun. for this material world. So Krishna is explaining to Arjuna. So he could have said Brahma Varnam, right? Brahma is also as golden. There is no need to mention, but Krishna has very affections towards sun god. And here if you see in the Dwarka Lila, the Satrajit, the king, he is worshipping also sun god. So one day sun god came to Dwarka, to the palace of Satrajit. When he was worshipping, finished worshipping, he personally appeared because he was so pleased and happy with this kind of worship of Satrajit. But Satrajit could not see the sun god. It is not because he is so effulgent. Sun god is effulgent. But when he is coming, then he said that please remove your effulgence. Just like Yogamaya Samaprita, Krishna is also effulgent around Brahmajyoti. So then sun god, he put a necklace from his body and kept on this side. Then Satrajit could see sun god face to face clearly. He offered, but his mind is attracted towards that necklace which is stored on the corner of the table. Because he worshipped and all, then asked what is going on, everything is fine. Then when he was departing, Satrajit, I have a question. What does this necklace do? You removed it and, then he explained, this is Samantaka jewel. Then he is curious, he doesn't want to know anything about sun god, what he is doing in sun planet. He wants to know more about the same thing. When you are coming to Vrindavan, you are coming for devotions, but you happen to get, by some different distractions, you get attracted to that particular item, isn't it? Have you experienced? So similarly, the senses are so much engaged. So Satrajit is also attracted. And Suryadev explained this as, all power and all. So when he was asking 3 times, as a friend, sun god did not consider Satrajit as a devotee. He considered himself as a friend. Because the way and the amount of worship and the affection he has. Then he understood the intention or the mood of Satrajit when he is asking multiple times. Somebody asks you 5 times, what is your watch? Probably he's not asking the time. He may be asking to get the watch, maybe he can offer a gift, isn't it? So, based on the friendship. So when he was asking, sun god said, okay, do one thing. Why don't you keep this? I offer you as a gift. Then he wanted to know what exactly it does. So then he explained, by keeping this jewel, there is no drought and famine in your city. And not only that, this jewel, if you worship properly, with proper attitude, with proper faith and proper intention, if you do it, then it has the capability to give you how many amounts of gold? 170 pounds of gold it will produce per day. Have you seen 170 pounds golds? We have seen 170 pounds rice, or maybe metal, or sand, isn't it? Or salt. Probably for Guru Maharaj's samadhis, might have 170 pounds of salt gypsum, which has used for the samadhis which has happened in the Gosala. So, when Satrajit heard about it, so he kind of, took it very happily, offered obeisances to sun god, thank him. And now what happens? When you get something, you are having a Lamborghini in Vrindavan and if somebody gifted you, what do? You roam around and tell people that I have such a nice and beautiful car, isn't it? So exactly, Satrajit, after having this one, so this necklace, like this garland, on his body, and it is floating. By wearing this, he became so effulgent, like sun god. And when he was walking in the Dwarka city, everybody was struck with wonder. They thought that sun god from this planet has come down. And they don't have any doubt. They know that Lord Krishna is Narayan. He is the Supreme Personality Godhead. There is nothing to be amazed the sun god cannot come to Dwarka. They are thinking that the sun god personally came. And after looking into that, some of the residents, they ran towards Krishna. Krishna is playing chess with his wife. They ran towards Krishna and explained to Krishna that sun god has come to see you, sir. Krishna, as usual, he did not say anything. He smiled very mildly, just like. He smiled very mildly. Then they didn't understand, just like he was saying, as Dasavatar Prabhu yesterday was saying, how Guru Maharaj, when he was smiling, means it is understood to be known that I know what you're talking about, and when he was saying. So when he was giving a smile, Krishna, they know, and then mildly he said, this is not sun god. He is King Satyajit is here. So nevertheless, King Satyajit came to the assembly of Dwarka, but his intention is not to glorify Krishna. What was his intention? What was his intention? To glorify himself, that I am having such a big one, Is he Krishna conscious or Samantaka jewel conscious? Exactly. People look little buttons, look, I have such a big jewel. You are not paying attention to my opulence. So he was showing to the Dwarkavasi how great I am, how opulent I am, and he is puffed up with these material assets. Who else can know these things? Krishna is super soul. He is there in everybody's heart. Isn't it? He is in my heart, he is in Satyajit's heart also. So Krishna understood mood of Satyajit. And what he said? He contemplated of a remedial corrections for King Satyajit. So after getting this one, then king is very puffed up. He remains puffed up. Then Krishna, as usual, asked him. Did Krishna ever ask anybody anything? He did not. He wanted to give. Krishna never asked personally. But here he asked personally. That he said, generally such big opulent things which is somebody get it, as a matter of duty, one offers to the king. Suppose in USA, in New Vrindavan area, we have found out oil in our temple properties, oil frack. So it is found out there is oil inside the property. So the government has to possess it, and there is all formalities, right? But generally, earlier days also similar situation. That what happens? If something important in a citizens gets it, generally they offer it to the king. So Krishna also similar ways, he asks as a courtesy that why not you offer it to King Ugrasen? Krishna is the king? No, Ugrasen is the king. So Krishna asked him that please give this to King Ugrasen. But Satyajit is too much attached. He has no minute thinking of his suggestion. It is going to this way. Going this way to this way. Means what does it mean? By going this way. It is not going into the heart. Unless it goes down, then the heart processes these things and gives the directions of actions to the devotees. When you are hearing the instructions, you are not taking into the heart. There is no question of any action. There is no question of any corrections. Will it going to happen? No. So Satyajit, similarly, it did not happen. But Satyajit has a brother. His name is Prasenjit, also sometimes called Prasan. He also popped up one day. They go for hunting, right? Kings are meant for hunting. So he took his own horse, wore the necklace, and went to hunting. And what he did during the time of hunting, he was attacked by a lion, and then lion was attacked by a bear. That's the story. That's the jungle story. I was telling, right? I was telling 4 directions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what is happening here in the second one? In the jungle, there is a fight between the king with the lion. Lion killed the horse and Prasenjit. And there is a bear who also killed the lion. On the other side of the game also, there is a preparation going on in the Hastinapur. Duryodhana is making a big plan of a house of lakhs, Lakshagraha. And he sent the Pandavas for celebration of some festival. And what he did is, they have to be burned into fire. So that's another story going on. And Akrūra went there earlier, Hastinapur, and came and return and explain to Krishna and Balaram. So Krishna and Balaram are also planning to go to Hastinapur. But at the same time, Akrūra was about to return, and after a few days when Prasan did not return from jungle, without any fact check, without any further assessment, Satyajit accused Krishna to be the thief. Krishna was enjoying by calling as a Makhan chor in Vrindavan, but not as a Samantaka jewel chor in Dwarka. Is he enjoying? Somebody is saying the whole rumor is going on that Krishna wanted this one. It is a story. People call, right, media narrative. You can build narratives, right? You can make someone a chore by giving some weird argument. Oh, wow, that is true, isn't it? So he built a media narrative, Satyajit, and told to the people that Krishna killed my brother and Krishna took my Samantaka jewel because he's too much attached. And none other than anybody who can blame than Krishna. The rumor is spreading all across Dwarka that Krishna was a Makhan chor in Vrindavan. His chore tendency is not gone. He's again reappearing. You know, people become devotees, their old tendency again reappeared, isn't it? So Krishna's tendency again reappeared as Makhan chor to jewel chor. He's hearing all these things. Just like was saying that Prabhupada has the mentality of what? Thinking big. So that has transferred to also our Guru Maharaj and many of his disciples, that think big. They cannot think small. So this is also same tendency has transferred. So it should come back to us also. So Krishna's tendency of Makhan chor has come to Dwarka. But Krishna as a king has not displaying the exhibition of chor lila in Dwarka. He is displaying the excellence of opulent lila, Ashtarya Bhav. In Ashtarya Bhav means you need to have at least awe and reverence. Can you have an awe and reverence? A king is a chore, corrupt man. Do you have awe and reverence? In your mind you will have reservation. You may give offer respects and all, but in your mind you will have reservations. Because he doesn't have a character of integrity. He is a corrupt man, isn't it? So similarly, this whole thing is going on, and Krishna wanted to rectify the situations in this whole episode. And then he went to the forest, he found out this place, then he went inside, and the bear, Jambavan, he is holding this jewel, and he is also circulating the jewel and getting back to fought with Krishna for 28 days. Then finally Krishna revealed himself as Ramachandra, and then Krishna came back here. The only avatar of Krishna who has given all avatars, that is not even Ram or Krishna, it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has showed Ram, he has given his things as Krishna, he has showed as Sadabhuja, he has given as a Vishnu, he has given in a Ashtarabhi, 100 forms, and any forms you can imagine in Varaha, Narsingha, many forms he has revealed in Gaur Lila. Krishna even did not reveal. This is a confidential thing he has given to Jambavan, and also to some places in Narayan when gopis are worshipping Krishna. Then he exhibited as Narayan, for then the gopis are throwing some flowers, bye. And there is some places, but not all Lila. He did not show up Narsingha Lila or Baraha Lila when he was appeared in Krishna. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited all the Leelas. But now, coming back to the point, when Krishna revealed, they recovered the jewel, Samantaka jewel, and he got back to where? Dwarka. And then he wanted to say everything. At the time also he gave it to Satyajit, but he thought Satyajit again will give return, but Satyajit took it back again because he's too attached. Its attachment is so difficult to cut off. How it is cut off, the attachment? Because I was giving an example. I was coming in San Francisco on the way back to here, and a couple of years ago also, there is a called Triphala. Have you heard about the Triphala? Ramdev Baba Triphala. Triphala means kapha pata pita will be gone by eating Triphala. So I was thinking our Triphala is like that. Krishna uchishta bhage hoye mahaprasade ভক্তের অনুশাসনে করে মহাপ্রসাদে ব্যাখ্যানে কৃষ্ণ পাদধূলি কৃষ্ণের ভক্ত পাদধূলি ভক্তের জলের স্নানে ভক্তের ভুংতে হয়ে তিনে মহা বলে। That means in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is says that Triphala, our Triphala is what? Bhaktar, we know, if you say, Bhagavad Gita talks about Krishna Prasad, just Krishna's words. Bhagavatam talks about Mahaprasad, Bhakta, eaten by Bhaktas and read, then we take it, that is called Mahaprasad, isn't it? Then again he is saying, Bhakta Padadhuli, Bhakta Pada Jalesh Snana, Bhakta Bhungte, this thing, what is called, this is our Tribale Snane. Bhaktere kare Tribale Snane. That means, first one is Padadhuli, Bhaktar Padadhuli, Charana Renu. Second one is Bhakta Jalasnana, mean Abhishek. We do Abhishek to lotus feet. That one, that Jala. And third one is, whatever they eat, the remnants of the Bhaktas. These three is our Triphala. It is Tribala. This is coming from Chaitanya Charitamrita Antalila. This is very powerful. The reason I am mentioning is, Satyajit could not be corrected to that extent. Hopefully, a pure devotee needed to be there. Krishna also cannot correct. Only pure devotee can correct faster than Krishna himself. So Krishna is finding the situations to correct it. But by taking this one little bit of Satyajit got from somewhere pure devotee's dust, Narad Muni or whoever it is, probably he is corrected on the spot. So when Satyajit took it back, but at least the devotees are conscious that they made an offense at the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. When sometimes we make many offenses, but a foolish person is one who doesn't even understand that he made an offense. The intelligent devotee is one, he knows that he made an offense and he begs forgiveness in front of the devotees. Isn't it? So, when Satyajit went and he is meditating on how to do correction, then what he did is, he also thought of giving, Prabhupada mentioned that the Krishna, what is that he is saying? I give intelligence, dadami smritiyam. So what is the sloka? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that I give intelligence to the devotees. So, when he is giving, so Krishna revealed his mind, his intelligence in Satyajit's intelligence, and then he said that I wanted to offer Satyabhama, his daughter, to Krishna. And then he wanted to come, and Krishna knew, Krishna doesn't snatch people's things, possessions. Krishna purifies or Krishna cleanses you. Krishna doesn't snatch you unless you are a pure devotee. Maybe he snatched from Prabhupada only, or some of his pure devotees, the things, but not from everybody else. Just like Krishna snatched from Sudama's pot, little bit of grains, right? Puffed rice. He wanted to snatch it for getting it. But he doesn't do to everybody. So he doesn't take care with Satyajit. And he knows that he will let him keep it's what story is about. Story is about the jewel. And then he is coming, and Krishna said, Krishna is very smart. I am telling you how he is smart, I am telling you. He told, गाय आपके पास रखो, दूध मेरे ही है. You understand Hindi? I told. Means, you keep the cow, all milks are me. So what he said is, you keep this Samantaka jewel, all the pain points are yours. Worship, flower garlands, everything, milk, abhishek, you do it. All the gold, give it to me. 170 pounds gold, he gives daily to Krishna. Krishna is smart, isn't it? He did not change this thing, because let him have the attachment. Because he has too much attached. He cannot bypass. Let him have his attachment. And then he's going it. Then at the same time, I am coming back to this second lila, which is Hastinapur lila. Akrūra returned and informed that they are burnt into ashes, these Pandavas, and you have to go immediately to Hastinapur. Krishna and Balaram knew that Pandavas cannot. He is super soul, but he is still exhibiting his role as a human being. Oh, then we have to go. So they got their chariot, and Krishna and Balaram went to where? Hastinapur. Samantaka jewel is not finished yet. It is reappearing. That's why it is likely. We know it because Bhagavatam has given everything. But when you go to movies, if somebody tells you are giving the high price to watch a movie which has come, If somebody tells you the suspense, you'll slap him. You spoiled my whole movie spot, isn't it? Because they wanted to see the things. So this Bhagavatam, it is going on, the manifestations, things are happening. How? Because Krishna Balaram went to Hastinapur. And when they went to Hastinapur, here, Kritavarma and Akrūra, somehow this whole things appeared. They are instigating another personality, Satadhanva. Satadhanva wanted to marry Satyabhama, because that was kind of a deal was given by Satrajit, that I will give my daughter to you. But he gave the daughter to Krishna. Then Akrūra and Kritavarma is saying, if a person has one daughter, okay, and his wealth, after he dies, who gets that daughter? Or somebody else? Means, so the wealth is there. Somehow or other, you get the Samantaka jewel. That is important. That's what he did not get. Because Krishna got the Samantaka jewel from the jungle, so he missed the opportunity. So they convived a plan. You go and get it. We are going to protect you. Kritavarma said, Krishna, commander-in-chief, I am there. My sword is anything can do. Indra, Chandra, koi bhi aaya. They made a conspiracy. The Satadhanva, he was so passionate that something as if like he was going to marry against Satyabhama or something. So he went there and he wanted to possess this jewel, Samantaka jewel. In the episode of stealing, he killed Satrajit. By the process of killing, Satyabhama saw her father was getting killed by the person, and she could recognize. They're crying. All the ladies in the palace, they're crying, oh my God, he's killed, and then took the jewel and ran away. But when it was killed, Satyabhama ordered the chariot, and she went to where? Hastinapur. She went to Hastinapur to inform Krishna that her father was killed, and then they put a oil. Right now, just like we had a Guru Maharaj Samadhi, so we don't do any oil because it is going to immediately Janardhan Maharaj, everybody decided that we had to go to Samadhis. We are calling from America, we are coming. I was not coming for this, I was just coming to see Maharaj in Dehradun. My whole taxi booking, everything is to Dehradun. I was supposed to land and go to Dehradun directly because I was in the flight and there was no internet. Just half an hour ago I was getting my, and check in WhatsApp 9:02 p.m. my time, which is 9:30, 10 minutes. I just checked and I was so speechless and dumbfounded. I was crying. There are some devotees, they are not devotees, means air hostess and the other guy. They are thinking why the guy is crying, I couldn't check my emotions. But by coming here, I didn't cry at all. Means I felt that Maharaj is here. He is personally here with us, all of us. So exactly the samadhi of this Satrajit, Satyabhama put oil and kept it in a way, and she went to Hastinapur to inform Krishna. Here, Akrūra and Kritavarma, they are very much afraid that things are not going here and there. They are devotees, pure devotees. Sometimes some reaction comes. Prabhupada questions, people question. He may have a question, isn't it? Why Akrūra, such a pure devotee, is conspired such kind of things? And that too in Dwarka, which is pure transcendental place. We have to re-emphasize, my dear friends, we are Vrindavan culture. Vrindavan culture, have you seen anyone conspired? Any gopis fighting and they want to take the milk, the ghee from that person? We have to block his road so he cannot sell in Mathura to Kansa. Have you seen any story? They are pure, innocent, humble, isn't it? Gopis are. That's what Prabhupada is giving Vrindavan culture. We need to be pure like Vrindavan, not like pure as Dwarka. There is a chances like Akrūra can exhibit. And Prabhupada gave very nice example. And Prabhupada said that it Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur has given the purport. He said that because Akrūra took Krishna away from Vrindavan to Mathura, there is a reaction. And that manifested in this place. And similarly, Kritavarma was associating with Kansa. He was supporting Kansa. Oh, do that? Yes. do that? Yes. So by associating with the government officer and saying yes, yes to their policy, we got also reaction. So in all the process, you can see Kritavarma and Akrūra. Akrūra took this one. Satadhanva came when he heard that Satyabhama went to Hastinapur and spy has informed that they are started from Hastinapur. Krishna Balaram is starting with Satyabhama from Hastinapur to come to Dwarka. That such situation has happened. His father-in-law is killed. Can you believe? In Dwarka, his own father-in-law is killed and all conspiracy is going on by pure devotees? We may be questioning what is going on then. Why? What is wrong? And then we in Delhi or Bombay, if you have a conspiracy. So sometimes you have seen devotees also conspired each to this and that, and it manifested something else. Isn't it? So these are all reactions of our own Vaishnava Rad we might have done to somewhere else, which manifested by doing some wrong actions. So nevertheless, when the news heard, Satadhanva, he went to Akrūra and Kritavarma, and he asked Kritavarma, you are supposed to give me, you have a deed. No, the deed is cancelled. You do not know Krishna Balarama, the Supreme Personality Godhead. My bow and arrow, nothing in front of them. So I cannot protect you. You are a cheater. Then he went to Akrūra. Then he put what he did is, Akrūra was looking like this. He put the Shamantaka jewel on his hand and ran away. By the time then, Akrūra fled away from Dwarka. That's what it is said here. Akrūra went to where? Where he went? Kāsī is his mama ka place. Benares. He went to Benares. That's his mother's place. Mother is getting married from Kāsī. Śvaphalka. So there was no rain, that's mentioned in this purport. There was no rain in Kāsī, and then somebody told that you have to have a person who is very mystical, pure, then the rain would come. So they find Śvaphalka. So the king of Kāsī, he gave his daughter Gāndinī to Śvaphalka, his Akrūra's father, and it rained everywhere. So they are very happy that he also has supernatural power. Who has supernatural power? Śvaphalka, Akrūra's father. When he has supernatural power, everybody was praising. Wow! And Akrūra here also everybody thought that Akrūra is the same power. Then Akrūra left to Kāsī out of fear of Krishna. And he is getting 170 pounds gold. He's a Brahmin, he's a prime minister, he's a minister also, but he's also not wealth oriented. So he started donating in Kāsī. Every day he's a fire sacrifice. Who is doing fire sacrifice? Call Akrūra. Okay, everybody will be getting, how many people? 170 people, everybody will get 1 pound gold. He's going to another sacrifice. How many people are there? Oh, we have 30 people. Everybody will get 5 pounds gold. Everybody in Kāsī, they are getting gold. And he made a gold sacrifice, gold altar. Every altar he was doing fire sacrifice, gold altar. That's why it's called Sahasra Yajna. He did thousands of yajnas in that few days when he stayed. He is doing this yajna, that yajna, atonement. Intentionally, actually, he wanted to do atonement for these things. But externally, gold he cannot keep. He's a pure Brahmin. He knows the pure consciousness is there. He doesn't want to use for sense gratification. But he is doing sacrifice. But all these activities are not giving solace to his heart because he has done something wrong. Isn't it? So nevertheless, all these things are gone. So Krishna came. Satadhanva, he is prepared to go. His horse is like a flight. In 1 minute it goes 400 miles. From there, I was telling you the fourth part. What was my fourth part? Mithila, isn't it? So he was saying 400 miles. But Krishna and Balarama, they are likely, you cannot conceive the amount. Pantastu koti satavasra sampragam. Payura tapa manusa munipungavare. So it is mentioned in Brahma Samhita that the speed of the mind also cannot catch hold of God. What the speed of 400 miles? Krishna Balaram running. And then 1 minute he's there, then he saw back Krishna Balaram. And his horse dead in Mithila. So fast. And next spot he has to go, By the time he pushed again, so it got like a flight crash. It got dead. Then what he did? He rain walking. And it is an etiquette of Kshatriya. If somebody is walking, we should not go by a horse and kill him. And Krishna exactly followed. Krishna exactly followed. They also left the chariot. Krishna Balaram reigned. But Krishna did some extra thing here. He prematurely sent the Sudarshan Chakra to kill the head of Satadhanva. And Satadhanva was killed on the spot. Balaram was give some judgment, When you kidnap Rukmini was not killed, tied his hand and all. You did it. Because Krishna is sometimes called as a hand-packed husband. He wants to please Satyabhama. Immediately kill. $10,000 granted, dead or living, get him. Isn't it? So that was likely. Satyabhama is a very Kshatriya spirit. Not like Rukmini. Rukmini has a Brahmanical spirit. So Satyabhama is very Kshatriya spirit. So Krishna, I don't know, there is other plan. Hariparsad Prabhu gave very nice examples, such stories, which I am hearing from him about why Krishna did like that. But nevertheless, considering the time, so when Satadhanva was killed, Balaram was saying, Balaram got tired because they found out the jewel is not there. Two gods is finding for jewel. How many times? How many people got killed for the jewel? Vaishnavis, Vaishnavas both don't run after the jewels. The real jewel is Krishna's lotus feet. Bhakta pada duli, bhakta pada jalasnana, bhakta bhuntita, trifala, trivale, bhaktarisnana. These things only save us. We have to run after the bhakta pada duli. We have to run after these bhakta jalasnanam. We have to run after bhakta bhunkta bhojana. We have to run after Samanta Gujali when Krishna and Balaram. Balaram got fed up himself. God himself got fed up. Balaram said, Baba Krishna, tum jao. Sometimes, political Prabhuji, this is going on in India, election time, right? Sometimes devotees go, everybody talk, Prabhuji, give vote to BJP, no, give vote to Congress, give vote to SP, or everybody goes, right? So devotees get also used to, okay, no, isko dabore. So some devotees, I am fed up, I don't want, let election finish, then I'll come. After June 4th, I'll be visible. So Balaram also said, Baba Kanhayalal, tum jao. You go to Dwarka, I am going to Mithila. Maithili, that's the place. So he said, I am going there. So this story connects how Duryodhan from that side is also learning. Balaram is there and he wanted to come for getting knowledge of Gada. So now if you pay attention to the whole thing, none of them has any aspirations to aspire for pure devotional service. Is Duryodhana coming to Balaram for pure devotional service? Balaram is not the real guru of Duryodhana. Balaram is the Gada guru of Duryodhana. And based on the Gada guru, we have many guru, right? We have a bike guru, somebody taught you swimming guru, somebody taught you computer guru. There are many gurus, you respect that. But there is an Adhyatmic guru, that is Diksha guru. Balaram is not become a Diksha guru for Duryodhana. Duryodhana came for an intentions to learn Gada. Because Balaram is very good time with, he can be friendly. But getting a Diksha is not easy. So he got all knowledge from Duryodhana, got from Balaram. So how Krishna Lila is happening in all this section, I mentioned about 4 things, how it is integrated. How it is integrated. And in essence, you see that rumor, misunderstanding, perception can cause heavy price to all of us. So it is better to always check, fact check. Oh, Babaji chala gaya uske saath. Kiske saath? Are you in front of that? We are not entertaining with gossip. Because it is going to give you only your problem. Nindadi sunya. Is it not if you are giving ninda, means even there is a verse from a Puranas, which is said, just I am giving a short anecdote, because ninda is very important in this one, perception. So a king, he was giving charity, like very nice charity. Everybody gives. So one day he also performed a Dwadasi ceremony and he wanted to offer to millions of people prasadam. So the king arranged everything and there was a big bhandar of kheer. When they are preparing the kheer, so everybody, Brahmins, everybody is to come, so kheer is almost done. So on the top of the sky, the snake was holding by an eagle. Eagle caught hold of a snake and is flying. And the snake is dropping some venoms from his mouth, because it is almost dead, not dead. And that is flying on this top of this cooking pot. And the kheer is there, so it fell some drop there. Nobody knows. Is it anybody's intention? The king is responsible for no. But after that, prasadam was given. Prasadam was given, so everybody was dead, because it's a venom. Everybody likes to kheer. They ate prasadam, they ate kheer. Kheer, everybody drank kheer, that's it, tuck, 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 tuck. 1 million people died on the spot, Brahmins. And they collected, it is considered tin dhaga. Brahmins, this one, dhaga, our janeu. They collected the janeu, it's like Vrindavan temple height. That height of janeu from this one collected. So now, if you blame the king, is he responsible? But definitely he is going to get the sin. So in the course of the time, a lady, he was saying that how the accusation is very important. I am telling you that when Yamaraj sent a person who was dying in that locality, so he sent the Yamadutas, get me a person who is accusing unnecessarily. So they find out an old lady. She is saying, they are asking, do you know what happened? Do you know the king? Can you tell about the king? The lady tell, yes, I will tell the king. The king killed the people, see the janeu like this 100 feet height. That much of people he killed. Then Yamaraj said, bring that kind of person. Is it the truth? Is it perceived notion? Because she is accusing someone without having any fault. Something has happened, isn't it? So that's why Yamaraj said, get those persons. If you are blaming anybody of such kind of things, he will first arrest you. So we have to be very careful that we do not go. So here, this particular story which I mentioned, I think many people are going to speak about this next text and all. This whole thing that how the rainfall happened in Dwarka is sometimes said when Akrūra left also there was no rainfall. So it was also Krishna's decisive plan to bring back to Akrūra. It is not that Krishna is present and rainfall is, that is very unlikely, unimaginable. So Prabhupada gave this purport that because Krishna wanted Akrūra to come back, and Akrūra came back, and then the whole thing settled. Then also Akrūra, Samantaka jewel, he wanted to offer, then he said they give the Samantaka jewel and keep in Dwarka, because who is the claimant? Satyajit, then he has no sons, only daughters, so Satyabhama, and Satyabhama at the time was pregnant. So give the Samantaka jewel to Satyabhama's son and let it keep in Dwarka and use the 170 pounds gold for Dwarka's development. That was Krishna's verdict. So my request is, please don't make any perceived notion about any devotees. Make sure that you are doing a fact check and also able to not after the Samantaka jewel kind of things. We have to have which culture? Vrindavan mindset, Vrindavan culture. Then we'll be all right. Om Tat Sat. So 5 minutes I'll have some, if anybody has reflection or questions, and we'll end. Hare Krishna. Any comments or reflections? You're most welcome. Don't be shy. Yes, Prabhuji. Do you have a microphone or can you give the... Can you speak loudly? Yeah. Satyajit is what? Yes. Anybody is Dwarka is a pure devotee, but these are all conditional deviations. Just like Akrūra I mentioned, right? Is Akrūra a pure devotee? Yes. Is Kritavarma is a pure devotee? Yes. But why did they do? I explained. This is Acharya's purport. That these are all accidentally certain things manifested. So, because he is attached to the jewel and Akrūra was getting a reaction from the gopis and Kritavarma is getting reaction from association with Kansa. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I could not understand fully because you are a little bit out of my... But yes, I think that the whole story Prabhupada has explained about Satyajit, why he did not give, because Krishna also didn't want to change his attachment to this particular jewel. So whole story, but bottom line is it circled around end to end. You can see there is so many, ek jhoot, dusra jhoot, tisra jhoot, means it goes from one jhoot to another, means one problem to another problem when you are away from Krishna consciousness, even as a pure devotee. So we need to, as our Guru Maharaj will, what is there? I never leave one step away from ISKCON. I never leave one step away from the purport of Srila Prabhupada, what has been given. So that's what, when we are doing that kind of things, we also become pure devotees. But if we wanted to hop around and get from here, khichdi, it's called khichdi prasad from outside, then your mind becomes khichdi. We have to Suddha Bhakta, means Suddha Vakya Vani. Yeah? Any other questions, Matajis, Vaishnavis, or reflections? Dharmatma Prabhuji, would you like to say any reflection from your end? Okay. So with this, if nobody has any questions, then I will end. So I'd like to thank you everyone for joining, and please chant one time with me for our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Please raise your hand and say with me, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Srila Bhagavad Pad Maharaj ki, Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.